Last time on CritNit. The group split off into two different sections. Parker Prax went home to check with his family. Learned a few things about godlings, the kind of world around him, and some more about what his mysterious violin that was gifted by one Janice Tunger may or may not have for an origin. Now, the others made a fire elemental, made a friend of a fire elemental, bought wood chips for it, came back, and enjoyed beautiful company with it. Beyond that, Relic returned then. As everyone reconvened, they filled him in on many of the aspects of it, up until when they also knew and told him about their knowledge of the Orbs of Valia, of which he confirmed their suspicions by producing it, showing that he actually possessed one on himself, and then returned it back to his pocket. Everybody, and welcome to CritNit. Here we have our returning characters and their wonderful faces that you can't see back on our podcast. Do we want to do the level up stuff first?
Yeah, and instead of doing like the now we pick up, like when it's like, hey everybody, thanks for listening to the podcast. This is what we're doing. Level ups. However you want to do that.
Hey, what Chris said, I'm going to just cut that, so that's exactly what we said. There we go. Perfect.
Cheater!
Audio cheating. I love it.
So, in other words, audience, what we just did is, we're letting you know we've done a level up. We are now level 4 suckers.
Yeah. Having now gained the information in the various aspects of their characters in this beautiful milestone, having conquered level 2 and returned mildly successful, they will now gain an extra level. Ghastgar, what are you taking?
Yeah, so I get an ability score improvement, and so I'm going to go ahead and apply a +2 into my intelligence. So now I have a +5 modifier there. And yeah, I'm up to 28 points of HP. I'm still a little tiny mongoose.
You're a smart boy now. Very good. Very good.
Little tiny mongoose.
There you go. Mr. Kruz.
I took toughness, and with toughness and a roll of 9 on the die, I am boosting my HP up by 20, giving me a grand total of 69.
Nice.
I thought so as well.
Mr. Vall.
So, for the audience wondering, Vall's been rolling, what are they, D8s for rogues?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. At this level, I rolled a D6. So there's your little hint. In addition to that, because of all of Vall's studying and being in a new land, he took an ability score improvement straight to his intelligence, granting him strength 16, dexterity 16, constitution 19, an intelligence of 16, and a wisdom of 14.
And for everybody out there wondering what the heck Vall is up to, yeah, none of us know. For like legit, none of us know except for Sawyer.
Not a clue.
Yeah, it's a little bit scary that he just upped his intelligence because he played some sort of game.
I am playing a lot of games. And tonight I'm playing D&D with the rest of you losers.
Cheers.
There we go.
You speak so highly of us. Hey, you got something stuck in your throat there, bud.
It was a knife.
Mr. Parker Prax.
So, with the amount of time he's been spending with his magical object, he's going to do some more studying here later. So he took as a feat Magic Initiate, which gives me 2 more cantrips and a first level spell.
Very good.
Becoming more crafty with magic.
Have you decided what spells you're taking?
Yes. So the 2 cantrips I'll be taking are Blade Ward and Message, because you never know. Also, by the way, I don't know if anybody's known, but I haven't been wearing any armor this entire time. I've just been wearing street clothes. My AC is 13.
Who makes pants for satyrs? Also, where's the pants slot?
It'll be a slot for the tail. And then for my first level spell, I took Sleep.
Ooh.
Because you never know.
One of the most frustrating spells to a DM.
Yes.
And remember, it deals knockout to the lowest HP, not hit die. So that's fun. If they have 1 hit point, they're going down.
Yeah, I've also listened to a lot of podcasts where this has gone horribly, horribly, horribly wrong.
Yes.
Cheers to the Adventure Zone. Cheers to our friends over at Adequately Advanced Magic who have attempted to use the spell and it did not work. Not the way that they wanted it to. The party members fell asleep.
Ooh.
Hey, just a shout out to the crit show too, just because.
They're just cool guys, they're cool.
They're just cool guys.
All right, cool. Well, there's our level up. Everyone is now level 4. Any other points, character interests that you guys want to go over before we jump into today's episode?
Yes, I cannot wait to betray you all and have you all just be buried in graves like 3 feet deep.
Thanks, buddy.
We're not going to bury you the full 6.
Man, Elliot's spicy today.
I'd expect nothing less.
I am the spiciest kitty.
Meow.
He was sick last week. He's got to come back with a vengeance.
I have nothing but energy and spite.
Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Elliot was in fact a little bit under the weather for our last recording session, which may or may not have spanned several episodes. So now he's ready to murder everybody.
I only hope my coughs have infuriated you to no extent.
No,
Yes, they have.
we've edited those out for the listening pleasure of our audience who does not want to listen to your horrific, god-awful mouth noises.
One other point of note. Parker Prax, you found a note as you left your family's shop, written in beautiful script, saying, "Meet us at the Neon Fang at 8 o'clock." And it was signed or sealed by the Rhineharts. You took the note, hid it away, made your way back. All right, so here we have everybody in the Guildhall lobby, and here we pick up.
Yeah, how's Relic doing?
He's not doing too good, not gonna lie. Dude is kind of like eyes wide open, but kind of looking down at the table, taking it all in, still trying to kind of digest all of the information he has just received.
Hey, Jerry, I think our buddy is a little bit in shock, and I hear that when people are in shock, it's a good idea to help them get a bit warm. Can you just go and, give him a little, be like a blanket for him?
Okay. Well, by your request, Jerry, from the candlestick, or from the lantern of which he is now in, floofs out and then just kind of expands into this nice warm blanket that kind of like drapes over a Relic, not touching him, but just kind of keeping that nice warm air between him and Relic. And Relic does look back at it very nervously, given it is its size, being a large-sized creature, and then just kind of shrinks into a shell a little bit. But does look warmer, too. It's scary. Like, this thing is scary. Jerry is a scary thing.
Jerry ain't scary. Jerry's a friend.
He may be friendly, but he is still a fire elemental, so he is fairly terrifying. Also, where he stepped on the floor, there is also small flames still.
I stamped those out.
Perfect. All right, what's everyone else doing?
That is a good question. Can I leave off along with them with Relic?
Yes, no, you just entered the room, saw a fire elemental, saw a Relic, saw everyone, and pretty much I think your words were something along the lines of, "This is too weird and really not, this is normal," so you just kind of accepted it and kept going.
That sounds like me.
So yes, you were in the room with everyone.
So are you going to put that flame out or away?
No, you're not. Jerry is a friend.
And you've named it. Of course you have.
Jerry is a friend. Jerry actually might be my son.
Well, Ghastgar, I must admit this has surprised me in the least way possible.
You're welcome.
Nothing about you has made sense yet, and it continues to not do so.
Now, Vall, I understand you're disappointed. I was too, but you have to admit it's actually kind of funny.
Honestly, I somewhat expected this from you, Parker.
What do you mean? How would I do this?
Illegitimate children. It just, you have the look about you.
I will have you know I'm very much still a virgin, thank you.
I am sorry. Is it because no one will love you because you are a horrible goat man?
No, I just haven't found the right, person.
Goat woman, I understand.
Or whatever, it doesn't have to be. Whatever. It's enough about me.
Vall gives you a sad pat on the back and continues on for his relic.
Oh, it's a pity pat.
That tap.
It'll be okay. You'll find love one day.
You just get a look from Parker. I don't even know what that means.
So are we attempting to burn Relic alive, or are we just going to let this hug it out, keep on happening?
Well, I was just going to see what we were going to do about telling about our failed quest. So, Relic, any ideas?
I will have to say that you might want to tell her that soon. Get her up to speed on at least the fact that the contract won't be completed, and she can at least pass on the information. Can you get this guy off me? It is a little warm in my shell right now.
Jerry, he's a little bit too warm.
Go play in the fireplace, Jerry.
He foofs off into the fireplace.
I'm going to chuck a log of wood in there so he has something to munch on. And
What kind of wood? What kind of wood?
just a regular, I just grab you know what? I'm going to grab some coal and I'm going to throw some coal in there. Because then I don't have to specify.
Hey, Jerry likes coal.
All right, so yeah, I would suggest that you go on and tell Mai. At least get her up to speed.
So, I mean, we just have to tell her, right?
Just tell her.
So if I just open the door and shout it out, we don't have to go actually talk to her, right?
I would go up and talk to her in case she has any lingering questions as to why it didn't get completed.
Yeah, see, that's the problem we don't want to talk about.
Well, just tell her that the contract was unable to be completed, and ask her if there's any that are outstanding, so you can get another one. So it'll take her mind off of it. I've always found that she's a little less uppity about failed contracts when the group decides to take another one right after.
Also, we should send our most accomplished liar. This does not seem like a...
All right, I guess I'll go.
All right, thank you, Relic.
I was going to say send Vall or Ghastgar, but
Yeah, wait.
I guess Relic.
Excuse me.
Relic is a liar?
Not at all, that was a joke.
I got it.
Thank
And
you.
I just talk a lot.
That was a pretty good lie, though, so.
It looks like Vall is elected himself to go tell Mai the scary news.
Our party leader should go and talk to Mai.
All right, Kruz.
Goodbye, Cruz. Goodbye.
All right, I'll go tell her, and I'll walk out there.
Okay.
He has the guile of a true businessman.
I'm just not gonna screw around and beat around the bush. So let's go tell her.
Okay.
All right, do not beat the bush. It may spawn a tree elemental or something.
Yeah, just don't take Castiel's box with you.
Actually, no, take that explicitly.
Okay. You leave out the guild hall lobby into the outer foyer of the entire guild hall, the mains chamber. It is completely filled with people by this point. Guild members coming in and out. Several of them right now are in the middle of turning in their contracts. As the door opens and you enter into it, my name is stands up and looks to you very expectantly, hands behind her back, her unopened eyes seeming trained on you.
As the door to our lobby area begins to close, I put a gentle hand on it to keep it from closing. And
Okay.
I watch him as he approaches, and I'm
Okay.
waiting for him to just about to begin to talk to Mai.
Okay.
Okay.
Vall loads his hand crossbow.
Are you guys gonna kill me while I'm talking to her?
He gets to the point where he is right at the desk.
And Vall lies down on the ground.
And I shout out at Kruz, "Good luck storming the castle!" And then slam the door shut.
We were supposed to be giving him cover.
Okay.
If nothing else, we put him to a swift end so he does not have to suffer.
He'll be all right.
Okay.
If he suffers, he's a dragonborn. He's tough, right?
Truly, the strongest in our party.
Yes.
I suppose so.
I'm gonna
Also,
remember
should we be
this.
locked in here.
I think it's better to lock this door so that maybe Mai can't get in.
Oh,
Pretty
How do we
sure
lock
she
a
has a
door
key.
that opens strangely?
Relic, does this door lock?
Magnets?
Yes, it does. But you don't need to worry about Ma. She isn't going to come storming in here. She actually doesn't ever come in here, mainly on account of me. So,
Okay. And then I jump onto the couch and throw my feet up. And I pull out some tinkering tools and a small little object, and I'm just doing something.
that looks like a really fun little toy right there. I'm pretty sure that's called a Rubik's Cube.
Yeah. Except this one is quantum infused, so the moment that you think you solve a color, it doesn't actually solve. You have to solve every single color simultaneously.
Whoa, that sounded difficult.
And I hand it over. I hand it over to Relic.
Okay. Okay. He's gonna attempt to solve it.
Please roll me a tinkering check.
I literally just threw my die into a box that might be impossible to get out of. Oops. Okay. That would be a 19.
Okay.
Oh, do I add my proficiency to this? I forget. I think
Yes.
so. 21 in that case.
21. You hand this off to Relic, and he begins to get to work on it.
Vall, Ghastgar, come here. When I was visiting my mother, I found a note on my door. It said to meet at the Neon Fang at 8 p.m. and was signed by the Rhineharts.
Don't do that.
That sounds like a trap. Let's send Kruz.
But they know where my parents are now then, which means they followed me.
Which means they know that we are here. Good job.
Correct. Well, I didn't know.
You didn't know that we were here?
No, that they had been following me.
Okay, I got it.
So, what should we go, all of us together? What about Kruz? I still don't really trust him.
I say we all go.
I ain't going anywhere near the Rhineharts.
Well, either we go and get ambushed, or we never know when we are going to get ambushed. Better to pull the cheese from the trap, as they say.
I'm pretty sure the Rhineharts are gonna try to shove me into a small little object.
That's if they suspect that you might be what you are.
I'm pretty sure they might. I would like to know if Relic is noting any of this and has some questioning remarks, or if he's totally lost in this quantum Rubik's Cube.
Actually, hearing you guys starting to talk about specifically the Rhineharts, his tinkering stops and he turns over.
Where you got a note from him?
Correct.
All right. You said the Neon Fang, right?
Yes, at 8 p.m.
That's when it's the most busy. I've been there a long time myself. My feeling on the subject is if someone wanted to make sure there wasn't a scene and that there was a lot of visibility on the situation, they'd have them go at the most popular time. So whoever's trying to pull you in there is not going to try to pull something in the shadows, at least. So that's something to be a part or think of, I guess. No one's going to start shooting you in the middle of a crowded room. That's at least traditionally.
All right, then. If Kruz can survive, my name is, then I will let him know when he gets back, and we'll prep.
You see flames just licking through the door suddenly.
I am not going. Nope. I'm not going anywhere near a stinking Rhinehart.
If you choose to stay, I won't hold it against you.
I settle into the couch a little bit more.
He's not Kruz a Reinhardt.
He's a little bit of an exception.
Are you sure?
No, I am not entirely sure. But, Jerry, if Kruz tried to hurt me, what would you do?
You see it kind of swell in flames in the chimney.
Thank you, Jerry. I appreciate that. You're such a kind friend. Good son. Good son.
You see its eyes kind of turn into those like half crescents of smiling.
Does anybody else picture the little flame from like that Animaniacs Disney or Animaniacs Christmas cartoon?
Oh, jeez.
I can't picture it, so no?
A little bit.
Now it's stuck in my head.
Considering that's Warner Brothers and heavily copyrighted, no. None of my thoughts are ever in that style.
All right, Kruz, you've reached the desk. My name is standing there, awaiting a response. Have you completed the contract?
Well, there was an issue. We got down there, and there was absolutely nothing salvageable. Everything just crumbled away. We were not able to recover anything.
Were the mourned not there?
I'm sorry, who?
The mourned, the very creatures you were sent down to hunt.
I am drawing a blank on if we killed them.
Roll deception if you're saying this, or are you genuinely asking?
No, I'm genuinely asking. I am completely drawing a blank.
No, you guys never killed any of them.
Oh, okay.
Hold on, no, this works to Kruz's
We
advantage.
did come across them. So depending on how you answer her question, it still might be deception, but we definitely did come across them.
Oh. Then I'm going to say seen them, but we didn't kill them.
And why not? Yeah, you said there was all crumbling, and obviously it's ruins, but the mourned were supposed to be your contract to hunt, kill, and take. So...
Well, I could have sworn our contract was to recover something else.
Yes, it was. The baubles that hung around the necks of the mourned.
Well, all of their baubles were gone. There was nothing to collect off of them. That's why we didn't kill them. I remember now.
Please roll deception.
Because
That's a 19.
That's a good lie. Good lie.
Hold on. Most likely +1. Yeah, no. Yeah, +1. So 20. Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. Nice job. Well, as you say this, her eyes just kind of narrow at you. Her jaw kind of shifts a little bit in frustration. They are not going to be happy for this.
Are they not going to be happy with us, or the fact that the dungeons just, or the fractures just deteriorating down?
They're not going to be happy receiving any news. However, I feel they will pass this contract on to another guild simply to ensure that your statement is in fact true. They want this desperately. And the name... I feel they took our guild simply on the fact that we are a lot smaller scale. We are a lot more under the radar. But if they have to go higher profile, they will take this contract so.
They were just trying to save some money.
Yes, and we were trying to gain some recognition.
Well, speaking of that, we are ready for another one. So if we have any other contracts, we'll gladly take them.
At that, you do see her kind of lax just a little bit. Like, not enough of, like, she's not mad anymore, but definitely, like, okay. Kind of returning to a professional demeanor again. She reaches underneath her desk, grabs a rolled up piece of paper, and sets it right there in front of you.
We're just going to pick it up and read it.
Opening this contract, you see it is unlike the previous contracts. It does not have a sketch of a particular creature on it, but of a fruit. A beautiful purple fruit with kind of spines on it. On the inside, it does have kind of a diagram of it sliced in half and a piece of the seed out and pointing to the seed. Now, this contract is for the 3rd level of the fracture. We need you to go down and retrieve these lambin fruit, please.
Ambient fruit. That does not sound tasty at all. What do they taste like?
They are not meant for eating, no. The lambin fruit is meant specifically for... I suppose I can say it. It is a kind of alcoholic beverage that it is used to kind of be turned into. It is very, very special. And
Purple?
It is purple.
Spiky?
It is.
It's a pine grape.
Ooh. Someone's been doing their research.
Vall, where the hell did you come from?
When did you get there?
There were not nearly enough explosions and I got bored.
Yes, and these are used in this particular brewing of this drink. And the distillery has sent us several orders for these before, and we have fulfilled them on all.
Oh,
Make sure you don't fail this one.
They're making IPAs, boys.
Cheers.
I would just like to know, can each of us get a bag of holding so we can carry the maximum possible?
I hope you realize bags of holding cost a lot of magitech in order to actually properly maintain.
I'm just saying, otherwise we're carrying baskets back and seeing how I'm the strongest one. That means I'm going to be the pack mule, so...
Well, I guess that's why I'm paying you.
Help a brother out. Okay.
You're the pack mule. You are the strong one. Be the backbone of the team. Actually do something.
I do a lot, thank you very much. I swing my
apparently-
sword around.
Not fulfilling your contracts.
Hey. You know better than anyone that going down in the dungeon, anything can happen.
Yes,
And if there's nothing there, there's nothing you can do about it. We were down there for a long time. We got wet. I'm pretty sure my shield is rusting and I still have to clean it.
you know what? It's at this point that you do see her begin to lax a bit. You do see her kind of like almost roll her eyes a bit and kind of like, all right. I'm sorry, this was just a very important contract. And now that it is not within our grasp, we will not be getting any more high-profile ones like this for a very long time.
Well, I do have a question. Is there anything you could do about the guild as a whole to put a stop order on this type of contract? Because that specific item is no longer available.
Unfortunately, we do not have the ability of, as one guild, to forego contracts for others. We are all very separate. What they do on their time, what they are paid to do, does not concern us, and we do not have a say in it.
I'm just saying it might be, frivolous to not inform the other guilds and have them waste resources and endanger personnel on a futile mission.
Well, technically, and she kind of leans just a little bit into you, that is exactly what we want them to be doing. Why would we tell them that something has dried up when they will waste their resources going after it as well?
Well, if there's another guild that we want to establish relationships with, a trade of certain information can be beneficial to both.
This is true. Do you have a guild in mind?
Laughter.
Guild Laughter? What is your relation to them?
We met one of their parties and we kind of hit it off. They're a pretty good bunch. So I wouldn't want this contract dropping in their hands and any of that bunch go into danger needlessly.
You see her look over to the guild secretary of Laughter. Thinner elf woman sitting there, scribing on a piece of paper for an unknown member that you have not met before. And she begins to nod. All right. Next time you see this group, tell them to come see me.
All right, we definitely will. And I'm going to swoop up the contract again, and I'm going to say, and in the meantime, we're going to go get prepped to capture your fruit, but is there anything you can tell me about the third floor? What am I walking into?
So for the third floor, at least from what I've heard and from the contracts, it's very jungle-esque.
Oh, jungle environment.
Thickly overgrown. There are very dangerous plants on the third level. Kind of bleeds over into the fourth as well, but at least on the third, you're going to be looking out for carnivorous trees, carnivorous plants, and mounds of dead or dying vegetation. I'd be very wary of those. I've heard stories of guild members being eaten by, dead tree trunks and such. So just be aware of that.
So I've heard legends of a monstrous tree called a Trent. Is that something we're looking at?
As rare as they may be, I believe they do exist down there. Play nice.
Lots of fire. Got it.
No. Relic can tell you at least this. Fire, bad idea.
Oh, come on. Don't nerf Jerry.
Hey, I'm not saying... Hey, now for the reason being, fire scares fauna and plants. It just makes you a target. It is very effective against them, no doubt, but it makes the living nervous. So just keep it to a bare minimum, if you can.
All right. I will take that information in stride and relay it to the team, and we will we'll get straight to it. I'm gonna go polish up my shoe. The second floor is harsh on metal.
Yes, it is, and I am impressed that you have all returned successfully, at least alive.
Well, we will definitely not let you down on this contract, and I'm gonna say, we will definitely be sending you some friends. So until next time, I will see you later, and I'll start heading back towards the guild.
She bows a farewell and sits back down.
And I'm going to go back into the guild and relay the info of the contract to the guys.
You're alive.
Did you think she was going to kill me?
A little bit, yes.
Have you seen how many different faces she has? Yes.
True, but she can't afford to kill the strongest member of the clan. Or guild. Yeah, guild.
I'm pretty sure that might now be Jerry, but that's a different topic altogether.
No. I think I can pick up more weight than Jerry.
I
Kruz.
bet Jerry would win in a fight.
What's up, Parker?
So this morning I was out and I was visiting my mother.
Wait, before you get into that, I have to relay everything Mai told me before I forget. And I'm going to relay everything about the next contract.
Roleplay cheating.
Roleplay cheating. Yes, roleplay cheating. And then I'm going to say, okay, Parker, now that that's done, what were you saying?
Are your D&D games feeling stale, plain, or downright boring? Upgrade them today with beautiful landscapes, terrifying dungeons, wholesome inns, and vast forests. Draw your players into your own personal fantasy world with Arkenforge. Arkenforge.com provides hundreds of preloaded items for you to mix and match to fully customize your worlds. Use promo code CRIDNIT to get $5 off your purchase today. That's CRIDNIT CRITNIT.
Hey everybody, this is Lola, also known as the Gamer Mom Bomb. I'll be joining you guys in a few episodes as Alanya, the Elven Druid. I'm super excited to join this team. Make sure you enjoy the show, and I'll see you guys soon.
Hey everybody, this is Chris Cornish, your audiomancer for CritNit. I just want to take a little time out to ask you to do a couple of things for us. Find us on Twitter and follow us if you haven't already. We are at crit_n_it. Also, if you could please leave us a rating and review on iTunes or Google Podcasts or wherever else that you find us, it would help other people find us and get the story out to others. And speaking of the story, let's hop back into it.
Earlier this morning, I was visiting my mother, and as I was departing, there was a note on the front door. It read,
Okay.
Meet us at the Neon Fang at 8 p.m., and it was signed the Rhineharts.
They signed it literally the Rhineharts, or was there a Rhinehart seal stamped on it?
Well, here, take a look for yourself, and I'll pull it out of my vest pocket and hand it to Kruz.
And what is this? Describe this letter to me completely.
Okay. Actually, Kruz, you would be very familiar with this type of letter. So this letter, handed to you, you unfold it into 3 pieces. Reading at the top, it does in fact say, meet us at the Neon Fang at 8 p.m. Now, there is many things wrong with this note that is very unusual for the Rhineharts. Number 1, the header does not say greetings. They always mention a greeting of some sort when writing official Rhinehart notices. You also notice the seal at the very bottom is on the left side, not the right side. You know that Zadok is very, very technical about his letters and his notes, so this itself is showing several signs of either not having been done officially or having been done less than to par of a personal Rhinehart note.
Or it's a forgery.
Or it could possibly be a forgery. Examining the seal, though, you do find the seal is impeccable, and it is matching your family's crest to a T. Something like this would have been sent unofficially. So the layman would have been able to open this and been like, holy crud, this is from the Rhineharts. But a official merchant would have opened the letter and been, oh, what an insult to me that they sent such a informal letter.
So I can take it that it's actually from the Rhineharts, but it's very an insulting letter. So this is definitely something we need to address. Whoever in the Rhineharts inner circle that has access to a seal, which is not very many, somebody sealed this letter but did not write it, because I can tell you for a fact anybody in the inner circle has a format, and their format is first nature to them. Everything is done traditionally to a T. There's no greeting on this letter. It is stamped on the left, not the right. There's a strong chance that this is a forged letter with a stolen seal or a duplicated seal, but that is going to be very hard to prove.
Is it wrong that just once I want to see a nobleman send a letter to like a layman and it just be, attention, y'all?
He's from the Wild West.
No, just to like attempt to like lower their own standing. Like, this is how they talk, right?
Yeah.
But still, it would be an official letter.
A lot of apostrophes and hyphens.
Definitely a Rhinehart letter, because it would have had a greeting, not just hey, meet us here. So this is very concerning, but there's a strong possibility that whoever shows up will not be in the Rhinehart inner circle.
Not when we meet up at the watering hole.
I mean, yeah, the Neon Fang.
Yeah.
Kruz,
Yes, Ghastgar.
does this make it more or less dangerous for us to go?
Well, there is a certain level of danger here, but not more dangerous than anything we've already done. I say you 3 go. I will don a disguise and I will sit apart from you, keeping my eyes on you. So if anything does go awry, you at least have backup.
Okay, so I've been, in full transparency, I've been rolling dice every now and then to check and see whether or not Ghastgar's been going to go. Mm-hmm. I finally rolled more than a 10. This time I am going, but it was an 11, mind you.
Okay.
So
on the fence.
I am going. I am going to be disguised, I suppose, as well. I might be going all natural, like a mongoose.
Okay.
So you're going to go all natural and pose as a pet for either Humval
not as a pet. I'm as a wild city mongoose.
Okay.
I'm hanging out in kind of like the aqueducts and such that run through town.
Okay. Are you still going to attempt to follow them?
I imagine that the city mongoose are kind of scavengers and are seeking to find food and such around dumpsters or trash cans, kind of like raccoons might.
Mm-hmm.
And, it wouldn't necessarily be too uncommon to see a mongoose kind of skidding around in the streets, especially near a pub such as the Neon Fang.
Oh, yes. No, you've seen them before as well.
So I'm going to be kind of doing that whole maneuver of I'm going to be probably outside, keeping an eye on what's going on, and maybe occasionally stealing a snack.
Okay. All right. Well, as I hear it, it is in accord that you guys will be attending this strange meeting.
Well, Parker, it'd have to be. It's up to you because they gave you the letter. They know you're coming. So we don't know if they know you're alone. They don't know. It did not say come alone. It just said meet at the Neon Fang, 8 p.m.
Kruz, did you take some points to intelligence? Because this might be the first smart thing I've heard you say.
Let's just say my old military self is coming back for a little bit. So I think if you're okay with going in it alone, me, Humval, and Ghastgar can take up positions in the pub around to not be noticed.
I will be outside. So at this point, I wander over to my room real quick, and I go and deposit one of my locators.
All right. Okay.
And I nonchalantly rejoin the group, stripped of my clothing, but having that little under-the-shoulder satchel that will carry my my button.
Okay.
And a dagger.
Are you wearing a fanny pack right now?
Yeah, but it hides underneath the flaps of skin underneath my shoulder. So you can't see that fanny pack. All you see is a bear mongoose.
Or a bear mongoose. Never.
I want to know how Relic responds to this. Relic's got to be having one heck of a day.
He really is. And I like to imagine at this point, Relic, as you guys had been having your little conversation, is still very transfixed on the cube. Finally, as he turns it one more time.
Ah, yes, I got it. Ghastgar, Ghastgar, why don't you got any clothes on? I mean, I get you're a mongoose and all, but never mind. I solved your cube. He tosses it to you.
And I grab it and I shove it into this mysterious spot on my body that seems to just disappear.
I'm sorry, you. All right.
I mean, if he wants to roll like some sort of perception check or something to see if he notices where I put it.
I rolled a 7.
Nope. For all he knows, I have just shoved it into some orifice on my body.
Hell yeah.
Alrighty then. Not the weirdest thing I've seen today, apparently.
And he sits down on the couch.
I'm gonna step in. I'm gonna Relic. Do you have a map of the city?
Well, yes, I do. You need it?
Yeah, it's specifically the Neon Fang.
Yeah, I got a I got a map of the Schwarf district. Just give me a sec.
Wait, Sawyer,
He goes into his room.
what time is it now?
At this point, it is about 12 o'clock. Actually, with all the shopping, I'd put it more at 3.
Refit it.
Y'all spent time. Yeah, 3 o'clock.
Well, if anything, this next contract sounds like we're just collecting fruit, so how long could that possibly take?
Well, with this particular fruit, it's gonna take probably at least a day or 2, dependent on how far away it is. Because naturally, the other guilds also get similar contracts, and so the picking's getting a little bit thin, and so you're gonna have to look a little further for this next one.
All right. I was hoping to squeeze in another contract before this meeting tonight.
Vall, where do I have the map yet?
Or yeah, let me just get it real quick.
He goes into his room, rummages around for a little bit. Sounds like he's knocking over like an entire shelf of random bits and pieces of glass and rock. They finally brings out to you a map of the city, specifically the Swarf district.
I'm going to fold it out on the table. I'm going to locate the Neon Fang. I'm going to say, all right, here we go. Vall, are you going to position yourself inside the bar? Do you want to take yourself up on the roof? I know for a fact that the Neon Fang has 2 skylights. One you can see the booths from, the other directly above the bar.
But it's wet.
That is what I immediately thought of.
Nope, it has not rained today. We specifically realized it was not raining.
Yep.
I know, but soon.
He can feel it in his undercoat.
Is your hair standing up on end?
No, because it was still damp.
Hey, Jerry, do you want to dry off Vall real quick
Do
for
not
him?
touch me.
He doesn't need to touch you. Radiate.
I do not need to glow.
Blow dryer.
No.
I can
Kruz,
see Jerry
if you
just-
position yourself anywhere except inside, there will be no point for you being in this deck-out.
Well, I was going to position myself at the bar because this meeting is most likely going to happen at a booth. Somewhere where they'll both be trapped in, but can close enough to talk and not be overheard, especially in a loud, noisy area. Sitting at the bar will give me direct eyesight to the majority of the booths.
I was thinking maybe you hide in the bathroom.
I mean, I can do that too. I was just going to wear a cloak, though.
Definitely the bathroom.
Okay, where I'm staking out is not important. Vall, where are you going to
This is
be?
why I said you should go hide in the bathroom, because I want to be at the bar.
You know what? I'm pretty good friends with the bouncers. I bet you I could,
So when they go, hey, who's that guy over there? They can point you out?
I was just saying I could possibly, and I know the owner of the bar, I could possibly work for him tonight.
Ooh, that is a much better one. Get you out of line of sight. Put you in the back. Can you cook?
At this point, Ghastgar sticks a little furry fist back to you for a fist bump. Vall.
I open palm, slap it.
Yes, I can.
Good enough.
Missing the point. Turkey.
Oh, no,
Thanksgiving.
no. Ghastgar goes, burn, and Jerry flames up a little bit.
Yep.
We'll figure out what I will be later. So you will be at the bar. Parker, you'll be taking the meat. Ghastgar will be in the aqueducts and rummaging around the dumpsters, watching the back door. So I guess I should just take up the front door. If I can weasel in as a bouncer, the front door will be covered.
Wait, Kruz. If this really is a Rhinehart meeting, is there anything I should keep an eye out for? Anything I should expect?
Mind your manners. Rhineharts are very... You won't get anywhere with them unless you're minding your manners. So, sirs, thank yous, pleases, shake hand, and cordial speaking. You'll get almost anything out of them if it is a Rhinehart. If it's a lackey of a Rhinehart, they'll let you know right away. And never draw a weapon unless one's drawn first.
In other words, put that good old community bardic college charm to test.
I will do my best.
Make sure to bring your violin with you because if anything, you being a bard, you should assume this is an audition.
That's very clever, actually.
So if you assume this is an audition, then they're more likely to share what the true intent of this meeting is, because they're not going to want to have any subterfuge going on by you. If it is a Rhinehart, that is.
Okay.
So make sure you have your violin out, or actually just in a case. Try to be as professional as possible. Since you're meeting at a bar, definitely, I would say not your everyday wear, but try to look like you're going to a job interview.
Okay. I will take your advice.
Sawyer, I'd like to try tinkering up a very simple object.
Okay.
It's essentially just a little metal cylinder. Think of it kind of like as a little bit of an oil lamp, but that it would be able to contain an ember inside one chamber with oil in another. That coal would be ready to create an ignition as soon as a plunger is pressed to kind of create a fireball on spot.
You want to make a grenade?
No, not a grenade. It is more like a flamethrower. But the purpose would be to have Jerry being the ember inside. So putting like a little chunk of coal in there, but he's in a low oxygen environment. So that when I press the plunger, he would get a bunch of fresh burnable material passing through an ember, and you'd be able to spurt out suddenly into the present area.
Sure. Roll a tinkering check.
All right, D20. Do not fail me now.
I was going to say you should try to work up a freaking earpiece for all of us and put a mic on Parker so we can hear this conversation he's having.
That's an 11.
An 11? You're able to have the proper materials, except the lantern that you would need in order to do this would have to be custom made. And at the moment, you don't have a workshop to start heating and molding the metal.
Don't I, though?
You know what? If you want to implement Jerry in the use of this, then yes, you will have been able to successfully craft your... Yes! It's not that difficult. It's not hard. It's just you had to have been able to craft the actual means of holding this by the compartments. But if you have the heat metal via Jerry, sure. You know what? It's not that hard to make.
Awesome. So I grab a piece of coal. Jerry, I need you to get into this piece of coal. I'm gonna put it into this little chamber right here, and you need to go into the coal. And then I'm going to close the door. It's going to be dark. You're not going to have a lot of oxygen, so you're not going to burn. You're probably going to go to sleep for a bit. But as soon as I either open this door or press on this lever, and you'll get a bunch of really tasty oil, and you'll come shooting out of this other little hole right here, you can come right on out.
Whoosh, whoosh. He hops onto the coal.
And I also put this into my mystery bag.
Okay.
Man, my day has been weird. All right. Y'all ready to go?
Are you guys going to do any more prep, or do we want to just kind of skip to the night?
Sawyer,
Yes, sir.
how does one procure a Magitech drive?
One can either go to the Tech Top shop, which sells Magitech drives.
Or you can ask Kruz, who took a bunch from his shop.
Well then, Kruz, how many do you have?
I have 15 level 1s, I have 3 level 2s, I have 1 level 3, and I have 25.
Better get one of those cantrip drives and a level 1.
Now, Vall, you seem to be the man that's constantly busting my chops. Now you want something from me.
You're a shopkeep.
This is totally due.
I can't help but feel like there's something you should be asking me right now.
Yes, what is the price?
Preferably on your knees,
Ah, okay.
begging me for it.
Kruz, what was the name of the other shop that is actually running?
I'm going to toss him the drives and say, you can never take a joke.
So they are free? No take backsies. Okay, doggy.
Yes, I will just give them to you for free.
Yes, the informal law of take backsies up in the Sandlands.
What do you mean informal?
Take backsies is a real thing. It also comes with a knife in the back.
Ooh.
Exactly. That's why there's no take backsies. Shouldn't have touched it in the first place.
Well then, as Kruz heads off, procures himself a job for the night. The rest of you do your prep. Ghastgar, are you setting up whatever travel sack you want?
I think I would like to go back to my house.
Okay.
In the alley and collect the other locator that I have stashed there.
Okay.
Yep. And
Perfect.
yeah, call that good.
Parker's going to go back to his room and put on some really nice fancy clothes and find a spare case for the violin because as of lately I've just been kind of hauling around on my back. So I'll find a nice case for it.
I'm going to go ahead and rush to the Neon Fang and talk to, I just forgot the bartender's name and owner.
Gregory Thurston.
That's it.
Yeah.
Gregory.
I'm going to rush to Gregory and ask him if I can bounce for the night free of charge.
Whatever, Kruz. I mean, if you want to work, I'll put you to work. I wasn't anticipating it, but sure, you know what? Why not?
I need to be on the front door tonight.
Done. I don't actually usually have a bouncer, so if you want to do it for the night, fine. Just
What happened to your bouncers? You at least had 2.
yeah, they got too drunk and started bouncing each other.
Are you
So
kidding me?
yeah, I fired them. Thanks. You know, I'll take it. You know what? Drinks for the night on you.
On me?
Darn it. Let's try to get you on that. Never works.
I mean, if you want to provide me drinks, I'm okay with that. But I'm not paying for them and working for you.
Fine. You can have drinks for the night. Fine.
All right. I'm going to fill him in kind of on the plan, not the full things. But I need to be watching for Parker, the guy he really likes during this job interview.
All right.
And the fact that there will be a black kitty sitting at the bar, and his drinks will be on me.
All right, Kruz.
So your drinks are free, but his drinks are coming out of your purse.
No, my drinks are free, and if his drinks are on me, then they're free.
Wow, you're gonna really play the system here, aren't you? Fine. Drinks
get
all
work for
around.
free.
Drinks on me. Gregory.
No,
Okay.
dang it, DM, you couldn't hear that because at the end of the night when he says, "All right, you need to pay up your friend's tab," I'm going to say, "But my tab was free."
I know that, and I see where you're going with this. Okay, so you have taken up position at the Neon Fang. It's about 5 o'clock by this point. With you gussied up, Vall, your Magitech drives, and Ghastgar, your locator. Kruz. At about 7 o'clock, you're bouncing. You've had to kick out at least 2 drunkards who have almost started brawls. Nothing too crazy. Usually there's, a couple of them throughout the day. And at about 7 o'clock, you do see 2 figures approaching the Neon Fang. They are completely out of the ordinary. You see two beautiful, dark-skinned tiefling women wearing bright white gowns, red ribbons strewn through their horns, red kind of trim along their dresses. And as they walk, they both carry fans, and they're beginning to kind of like fan themselves as they come closer to you. And they just pass to you and nod a greeting as they enter the Neon Fang.
Nah, I'm going to stop him at the door and I'm going to say, I'm sorry, ladies, can't come in without showing some ID or proof of age. This is 21 and over establishment.
They both look to each other. Sincere apologies. And they both reach in and produce an ID.
I'm going to look at it a little extra hard, making sure it's not fake.
Or investigation. Excuse me, roll investigation check.
Drop my D20.
Dadgummit.
Now he's investigating the floor.
I'm investigating my backup bag of dice and dropping Parker's character piece.
Monster.
Oh, can I find my other D20? Because that was a nat 1.
You know what? Man, they look like they're 21.
I let him in.
You see them go to the far left of the bar and take up a booth, both sitting, one arm kind of in their lap and the other one fanning them.
And I'm going to make sure to keep an eye on them for the rest of the... I'm definitely going to keep them a note, keep them in my eye, and as people come in and out, I'm going to be watching for them.
Okay. At what point you would notice that they order wine, a very nice red, that is served to their desk, or to their booth.
Man, can I have my first dice that I dropped? Because that's a nat 20.
No, you may not. The rest of you. Comes to about 7:30. Time to leave. Final preparations made. You all head out.
I head out via aqueducts.
In studying the map, you would notice there is an aqueduct that does run its way through the Swarf district. Comes out to about within half a mile of the actual Neon Fang itself. So it would be a much faster journey, though albeit more wet than on foot like Huum, Vall, or Parker.
Oh, wet doesn't bother a river mongoose. We're good.
Oh yes, no, I was just saying that for the fact of if any one of the other ones, other taller folk would like to have tried to join you, it would have been a little bit more interesting.
Hey, okay, all right. I turn to Huum, Vall. Hey, Huum, Vall. You like to get places fast and speedy, don't you?
Typically, yes.
Hey, follow me. And I begin walking out of the guild hall. Does he follow?
I will follow for now.
All right. I imagine that I come up to a dark corner that I am pretty familiar with. Yeah, that is kind of a jumping in point into the aqueducts, but unless you know the aqueduct is right around the corner and over the little ledge, you wouldn't guess. And I have my little spider cannon thing on protector mode, which puts up a little force field sort of thing. And I attempt to use the force field to shove Vall into the water.
I will have to rule it like this. The force field does not exhibit a physical force.
Oh, come on.
Sorry.
All right, fine. Well, my character would have known that.
Yes, no, this is true.
All right.
Sorry, I got stuck in this very sticky situation with the cube of force once, and I've learned henceforth that those emanations are magically designed to prevent things from hitting you, not push objects away.
Well, fine. Ruined my fun. Where's your yes and mentality? Come on here. I would like to try and deceive him by saying, all right, hey, we need to make a running jump across this ledge, and we will end up into this little alleyway that will take us right where we need to go super fast. And I run and make the jump. But while I've been midair, I would like to essentially have a contested persuasion check here.
So you mean you're going to lie?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So,
I'm trying to convince you to follow me as I'm follow my example here.
Roll deception, roll insight.
All right. Deception. Oh, that's a 13.
Natural 17.
All right.
While he is not telling a lie, per se, you definitely feel, ergo his demeanor in this, that it is not the entirety of the truth by any means. Possibly by the giggling to himself as he runs and jumps. You know, that probably didn't help.
Well, and Vall spent almost all of yesterday just running around.
Yeah. You could probably start putting 2 and 2 together.
When I splash down and I notice that he has not followed me, I yell back up, chicken, and then I swim off.
Well, do you make your way to the guild hall, or excuse me, to the Neon Fang via natural means?
What does mine mean? Supernatural?
Unnatural.
For a river mongoose, really?
For people on 2-legged traditionals.
I will stroll there.
Okay. Ghastgar, you make it there first. And you come to the Neon Fang. Possibly as you can see in the distance, Vall coming up.
One thing I did want to do is that on my way there, I wanted to just hit up any corner shop and pick up like a cloak and a hat.
Oh, easy enough.
You can just get them from the guild hall.
I could, but that'd be from the guild hall, and I specifically did not want to be seen leaving the guild hall with a disguise.
That in total would run you about 5 credits.
5 credits, done.
All right, well, you have made it to the guild hall. Parker, Prax, you are there with Vall, and Ghastgar, having made it there first, would there be anything you'd like to do preliminary?
Oh, are there any other river mongoose?
Yes, there was actually at the very end.
Okay, I am running around with the other river mongoose, acting very natural, playing in river mongoose games, and thoroughly trouncing all of them. But at the same time, when we all see somebody perhaps walking out of the Neon Fang with a to-go bag, we all do the river mongoose thing of trying to go and look all cute and seek to get some food. But this gives me very explainable reasons for being near the door.
Okay.
You begging, fool.
There is a quite drunk kind of half-orc that kind of wanders out, and he looks down at you guys. He's got a small bag that's just dripping with grease, and he's just and he just starts fishing out little pieces of fried fish and tossing it to you guys.
I scurry up his leg onto his shoulder and kind of stick my face kind of into his. Give me your fish. Give me your fish.
Vall and Parker, as you have arrived at the Neon Fang, you see a half-orc with a mongoose on his shoulder, whispering sweet, "Give me fishes," into his ear. Several other very normal river mongoose kind of around him, picking up small pieces of fish he's tossing. And there's Kruz standing at the front of the door, very stalwart.
I will approach.
I'm going to act like I don't know, and I'm going to say, ID, sir.
I'll shuffle around my pockets and pull out an ID, and I'll hand it over.
I'll pretend to look at it and then just, all right, have a good night. We have great drinks on tap.
Thank you, sir. And I'll continue on.
Okay.
Vall's about 50 feet away, and I have been tailing Parker at this point.
Parker, as you enter into the Neon Fang, it is pretty busy right now. I mean, every table has at least one patron at it. There are several full tables of about 5 to 6. The bar is pretty much from one end to the other, completely full of patrons, minus about 2.
I'd like to look around the room to see if anybody is looking at me, kind of expectedly.
Please roll a perception check.
Ooh, 17.
17 would be enough for you to notice as your eyes kind of start to the left and work their way around. 2 dark-skinned tieflings in beautiful white dresses looking right at you. One of them you recognize.
was gonna say, you've mentioned dark-skinned tiefling before. Does this look like the one that was at my parents' place?
Yes, it does.
I will head over them.
Okay.
I will head over to them.
Heading over through the drunken brawls of patrons through the Neon Fang.
Drunken brawl,
find-
plural? How many? Like, usually pub brawls turn into just one massive angry brawl. This is separate brawls?
Yeah, there's two of them going on kind of at separate tables. They haven't gotten out of their seats though, and they're just kind of like hand fighting at their like tables.
Kruz is gonna come knock on one table and say, "Knock it off, or I'm booting you out."
They immediately look at their drinks and then stop fighting and then just grab for their drinks as if like, please don't take them away.
So at this point, Kruz has stepped away from the door.
Yes, he has.
This is when I'm going to sneak in.
Okay. Little stealth check, please.
Natural 17 for a 24.
Oh, that way beats his passive. You sneak in.
How do you know what's my passive?
It is not 24.
It is exactly 26, okay?
10 plus your wisdom, which I believe is 2.
You don't know nothing.
Okay, so either from 12 to 13, 17 by natural beats it.
Fair enough. Out of perception of a lot of people.
Yeah, this is very true. 24 is a very, I don't know many people who would be able to see something at natural, or 24.
Yep, so I just kind of skulk in, keep low, keep my eyes on the bar, and I look for the most likely spot I would blend in.
That would be actually in the corner where you're heading. There is a table where there's kind of a drunk man asleep. No one's paying him any attention. It's a perfect place to kind of keep an eye on everything. It's the opposite side of where Parker is heading.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay. Parker, you make it to the table with the two tieflings. And as you come to their table, they motion for you to sit. And as you do, they kind of lay their hands on the table. Bonjour. We'll see you next time. Last time on Critnit.
We all showed up.
Dadgummit Elliot.